Hello my dear gardening friends. Today is a day to do a haircut on my beautiful butterfly bush. I'm doing it in spring and this video is going to be dedicated to trimming butterfly bushes. Well, the first question which you can ask me would be, why do we even have to trim our shrubs in our gardens? Well, the reality is that majority of us garden on smallish size lots and we have to control the size of our shrubs. But that wouldn't be the best answer, because if we have to control the size of our shrubs every year, it means we made a mistake by not matching the correct size of the plant to the size of the place where it is growing. The better thing is to invest into research which plants we are bringing into our garden, especially look into the mature size of that plant. Don't look at the beautiful cute little baby bush in the pot and think, oh gosh, this is going to be just a little bit bigger and it will take this space in the garden. No. In front of me I have a mature, well-developed butterfly bush. It's not a dwarf variety. It is probably 10 by 10, can easily reach even a bigger size. And as you can see, I let this plant take the space at once. But why do I want to do the trimming on this bush is the following. I want this bush to be nice and full. For example, look here. If I would let this stem grow without cutting it, it probably will go all the way tall, all the way it will reach probably 10 feet high, and it will be very skinny, and the shape of the bush would be very airy, and the bush wouldn't have a lot of limbs. I don't want that to happen. I want my bush to be nice and full. That's why I do the cuts on the major limbs. And what it does, if you cut the stem, the buds which are situated just under the cut will be stimulated, and those buds will create shoots. And usually a butterfly bush creates more than two shoots. It creates 3, 4, and as a result of that, my bush will be nice and full in summer. It will have a nice round habit. Keep in mind that the golden rule of trimming our plants in our gardens is we do the trimming in summer, at the end of summer, and at the beginning of fall when we want to control the size of the plant, restrict the growth habit of the plant. And we do trimming in spring if we want to promote the bushier growth. And why is it? Well, if we deprive the plant of the growing branches when we trim the plant in the fall, plant doesn't have all the available energy to store in the root system. Plant doesn't have all those leaves which we cut off to store all the beautiful sun energy in the root system going into winter. And as a result, in spring, it wouldn't have so much energy to grow. But if I do a haircut on my butterfly bush in the spring, it means my butterfly bush had all the energy it needed to collect through these beautiful long branches for the winter. All that energy is stored in the root system of the plant. And now when I give it a haircut, two things will happen. Butterfly bush will have energy to grow, and butterfly bush will have these wounds on its limbs. And that wound will stimulate the lower buds. Those lower buds will create extra shoots, and my butterfly bush will be growing bushy and nice. That's exactly what I want to achieve in this place. You know what? I have this area shared by Major Villa honeysuckle, and it's a little bit unruly here. Maybe it was a mistake to plant it here. You see, I planted it here and let it grow, but it kind of got tangled with the butterfly bush. Oh, I have to take it down later. But trimming butterfly bush is easy. I'm going just to make a cut above the growing buds. Okay. And you know what will happen later? During the growing for next several days, I'm going to watch for stem borers, because I see that some of them did some damage here. I see the holes in the middle of the stems. So in case I see that stem borers are making holes, I don't think it's going to happen now, but maybe, I'm not sure when they are active. I will make sure that I will put glue on top of my cuts. This way it will prevent stem borers to go in. All right, again, I'm cutting all the dead wood. As you can see, it's not difficult. Okay, not bad, right? It's much easier to do now when butterfly bush is not in growing stage, because you can see all the limbs so much better. Oh gosh, I really did let this honeysuckle tangle up with my butterfly bush here. Oh well, I have to make sure that I cut it out very carefully and tie all this honeysuckle back where it should belong. People who are not familiar with the nature of butterfly bush would think, oh gosh, what is she doing? She's taking down all the bush down. Don't worry. After this, I'm going to cover all this area around the root system of butterfly bush with compost. We'll add a little bit of fertilizer, and my butterfly bush will be all happily growing. Now you see these smaller limbs here. I make sure that I trim them. You see these smaller stems here? I make sure I trim them because these are the future heavy stems of the butterfly bush. And if I wouldn't trim them now, they will become long and lanky. But because I do these haircuts for them right now, they will branch out and they will become bushier. I don't want anything laying on the ground. I take all the dead wood out. So some dead limbs. You might say, oh my gosh, what is she doing? She's destroying all the bush. No, I'm not. I'm actually making sure that this bush will have a beautiful mature size. Look at this. Okay, this is it. All is done. My honeysuckle will be tied in. I will make sure all this stuff will be tied up on top. And look, but butterfly bush doesn't look like it looked just 10 minutes ago. It looks drastic, but actually it's a very good thing to do. And in spring, butterflies are going to adore this bush and create a beautiful dance every day around these beautiful blossoms. Now look at this. Look at this. Wonderful signs of spring right here. Wonderful new tulips are going to grow here. And here on this side, look here, that's my son. He loves to carve, and he carved a beautiful little root out and create a little house here. So that's it. This is a job for today. Happy gardening. I will see you next time.